Bedford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where they've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, this matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. Bringing it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. So Georgia's offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. This rivalry is intense, guys, but with all of the connections between the two, it's more like a family feud more so than a bitter war.
And for example, about the connections, Reese, how about Vince Dooley, longtime Georgia coach? He went to Auburn. How about great player Pat Dye, All-American at Georgia? Coaches at Auburn, the connections are real, the rivalry.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Leaves it with the running back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32. Bulldogs pulled one out of the fire and beat Auburn in a close one the last time these two met.
Yeah, it was a really good one in the Deep South's oldest rattle. We've seen so many great games in this matchup, and that was one of them. But Georgia came away with it, and Auburn got to think about that for a whole year.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Dogs have their offense in high gear. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. From the gun. Give on the inside. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not.
And the ball is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The RPO fire complete to the left. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Well, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Auburn lines up quickly. Give to the back. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Pressure coming. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Bringing it back, it's Peppers. He's got great speed. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
Stopped after making the catch. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, 1st down. From the gun. Finds his big tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He looks that one in nicely. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. A little screen to the running back. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Off play action on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
On second down, he's looking downfield. This one's complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the gun, running back on the move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. The Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. Snapped it in the shotgun. Looking to the big tight end. That pass is incomplete. And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the lone running back. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's caught! Touchdown, Bulldogs! For some guys, that play would be tough. It might be complicated. It might be impossible. For these guys, just another day of playing catch.
Find that guy. Right, if something goes wrong, if I get confused, if I don't know where to go, my guy out there, that dude's really, really good. So if he's running a fade, whatever he's running, I'm going to throw him the football. If I don't have a clue what I'm doing, that guy's getting it.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The give to the tailback. He's there to make the stop. Auburn to the line in a hurry. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. The offense set for a first down play. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Across the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Well, they tried the play fake, but... absolutely nobody.
And that's the problem with play-action pass, Reese, is that it takes time to develop. The quarterback's got to fake the handoff, and receivers generally are running routes further downfield. So the offensive line has got to be able to hold up that extra second to give their QB an opportunity, and they weren't able to do it there.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the catch past the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Calls his own number. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Now it's 3rd and goal. On the option. Quick toss. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Trying to power it in. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Running to the left. Had nowhere to go. Couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Fair catch, called for and made. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to go up top on first down. He wants to take the top off. Makes the catch on the left. Open runway ahead. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Auburn lines up quickly. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He finds his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And I love that the QB understood, I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can, quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Wants to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. The RPO, it's complete.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Bringing it back. The 40, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UTSA is down right now inside the Alamo Dome, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in San Antonio. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Temple. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They try to pop a run on the draw. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. The play action fake. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. Off he goes. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
On the play.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Dumps it to the back. Got his man. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Now with a 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn. My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on.
Looking for a deep man. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker. You could tell. Locked in on the quarterback. Chases him down. Gets to him. Not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle. Gets him on the ground.
Finds his tight end. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. This defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that. They're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session.
Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, he'll fire. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the punishment has been extended. The Dogs are starting to hunker down, and they are sinking their teeth into the Deep South's oldest rivalry.
And the red and black going crazy, the fans going nuts, and Georgia has dominated this rivalry of late. Auburn fans are sick and tired of the Dogs. But, man, they got to do something about it.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets to return it on the ground. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. So they'll try to salvage this drive on 2nd and long from the 12. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Looking to scramble. On the move at the 30. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. 1st down to start the drive after the break. looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Auburn going to work with another first down. He's going to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. New set of downs after that completion. Wants to throw on first down. They're working that left side. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Second down coming up. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. They're trying to get to it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Makes a man miss. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab down the middle. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. From the shotgun, the inside give. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again.
And how about the complimentary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football.
Going for it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. Offense getting set for first down. They'll run the option. The pitch. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll leave it with him. The Bulldogs have a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
They'll throw it on first down. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that. Second down after that incompletion. He's looking to throw. Gonna let it fly. And this sophomore's gonna learn you can't force that type of pass. Very lucky to get it back.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. Hit as he throws. And the pass hits, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. He wants to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're going to throw it again. He's got it and still on his feet. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Defense might bring the house here. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Coming after it. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it. Open.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. This is a designed run. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
DB's right up on the receivers. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Got some room entered to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
I mean, you can say that's a quarterback or you can call him a running back. I mean, goodness gracious, he's dropping back to throw the football.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
Going up top on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Complete to the right. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Complete to the left. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Right down the middle. Makes a connection. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
The pass attempt falls incomplete.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. And it's his fourth interception of the game. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Snags it down the right side. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. First and 10 from the 47. Looking to move it through the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he makes the catch at the 25. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open.
Unleashes one deep. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. And they'll drag him down after a good return. There is a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm.